Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Muhammad Umar. I'm your English instructor. I hope all of you are fine. Let's start our lecture. Here's the bridging and here's the answer of that bridging. I hope you have solved it. We have LIFFT number 32 in which we are going to discuss about punctuate sentences and short paragraphs correctly using capitalization, parenthesis, exclamation mark, full stop, apostrophe and comma. The magic of writing. We use punctuation and capitalization to make our writing more clear. When we are speaking, we use intonation or we use tone variation to convey our message correctly. But when you have to write, you have to use these punctuation marks to make your question clear, to make your statement clear, to make your message clear. Imagine reading a long story with no space, pauses or stop at all, and you didn't get the point. Punctuation marks are the special tools we use to structure and organize our writing. They tell our reader exactly when to stop, when to make a quick breath, and how to show strong feelings. And here are those punctuation marks. First, let's talk about capitalization. The golden name text, which is proper noun. Always write proper noun with a capital letter. We always use a big capital letter for proper nouns. Proper nouns are the specific special names of people, places, things and organizations. For example, Ahmad. When you call Ahmad, Ahmad is a specific name. Then that's why we are using a capital A to write this word. Again, London. London is name of a specific place. That's why we are writing L in capital letter. Then we have organization, State Bank of Pakistan. State, we write capital S. For bank, we write capital B. And for Pakistan, we write capital P. Starting engines and big titles. Start the engine. You must always begin a brand new sentence with a capital letter. It gets the sentence moving. For example, if you look at this example, this information, here the Y word is capital. Why? Because we are starting our sentence and after a full stop, we again write it with a capital letter. From this, we come to know that, we have to use capital letter whenever we start a sentence. We capitalize the important words in the title of books, films or heading. For example, you have to write about a title of the book, the name of a film or story. You have to write capital letter before each word of that title. Then we have exclamation mark. We also use capital letter for more special categories. Sorry bachcho, here we are again studying about capital letters, days and months. Whenever you have to write these, you have to write these words with capital letter. When you have to write about holidays, use capital letter. When talking about languages or writing about different languages, use capital letter. And with acronyms, for example, CPU, you have to write it in a capital letter. And here is a complete form of CPU, Central Processing Unit. Now we have second punctuation, which is full stop. Full stop is used at the end of the sentence. It tells the reader this is a complete thought or statement. Time to stop completely. I went to the store to buy some groceries, and in the end you can see full stop, which means the idea is completed, the message is conveyed. We also use full stop after abbreviation. They have a secret job. They are used in abbreviations, make long words shorter. For example, for Mr. with short form, we use full stop with it, and it is called abbreviation. Doctor, professor, we also use full stop with abbreviation. Then we have comma, which is third punctuation mark. A comma tells the reader to take a quick pause in a sentence. It separates items in a list so they do not get squeezed together into a confusing mess. For example, when you have to read this sentence, you read it like that: I like to eat apples, bananas, and oranges. Here, comma is used to separate these items. Comma is used for a small pause. Comma also connect different parts of a sentence called independent clauses. They create a natural pause to help the action flow smoothly from one idea to the next idea. For example, after finishing the exam, here we use comma to make a short pause. He took a deep breath. When you read this sentence, after finishing the exam, he took a deep breath. You have to read that sentence like that. Then we have exclamatory sign. Exclamation mark is used whenever you are going to express emotions. Use exclamation mark to show strong feelings, big emotions, surprise, or extra emphasis. It makes your writing loud, bright, and exciting. What a beautiful sunset. If you hear this sentence from me, you can see that there's a emotion in it. That's why in the end I used an exclamation mark. Then we have question mark, which is used in interrogative sentences. We always write question mark at the last of the sentence. For example, did you finish your homework? Now I am interrogating you. Have you finished or did you finish your homework? And in the end, I put this mark. This mark is used at the very end of a sentence when you need an answer. It instantly turns your statement into a question. Here's a sum up of the lecture. We have learned about full stop, comma, exclamation mark, question mark, and about capitalization. Remember to use your big capital letters to start your sentence. Names, choose the exact right punctuation tools to organize your amazing ideas. Now, it's a task for you. Here's a formative check. You have to read these sentences and put punctuation marks and write it in your workbook. And here's your homework, Thrive. You have to solve it at your home. I hope this lecture will be helpful for you and you use these punctuation marks to make your message or writing more clear. Allah Hafiz.